After Igris fell, Cha asked Jin-Woo to summon his strongest soldier. Jin-Woo summoned Baru and asked her, "Are you sure you'll be okay?" Jin-Woo was thinking to himself, while shadow soldiers are usually weaker than their living counterparts, Baru was an exception. He was born specifically to kill hunters. If he fought at full strength against Hunter Cha, her chances of winning would be very slim. Jin-Woo ordered Baru, "Defeat her, but make sure she doesn't get hurt." Upon hearing this, Baru released a powerful mana wave that shattered all the lights and windows in the building. Sensing his power, Cha thought, did Jin-Woo really fight this person? Baru fully transformed, ready to fight, but before starting, Jin-Woo commanded him, "Hide those claws. Life won't be easy if you hurt her during the test." Terrified by these words, Baru quickly obeyed and retracted his claws. Cha took advantage of his distraction and launched an attack. To her surprise, Baru was already behind her. She thought, it's the same move as last time, and attacked him with her sword, saying, "Do you think I'll fall for the same trick twice?" But before her sword reached him, he easily caught it, then let go and said, "Master, please give me one order to defeat my opponent without hurting her, and I will show her the difference between our strengths." Cha continued her attacks, but Baru dodged them effortlessly. She thought, "I'm not done yet," and struck him again with her sword, but he dodged it easily. Seeing this, she realized he's dodging all my attacks from this distance without even moving from his place. Before she could respond, Baru suddenly approached her and let out a terrifying scream. The sheer force of it pushed her back several feet. Jin-Woo watched and thought to himself, the winner of this fight seems to be clear. Then he asked her, "Are you satisfied now?" But Cha refused to surrender and answered, "Not yet. I can still fight." Jin-Woo wondered, what is she thinking? He didn't believe she was reckless enough to continue after realizing the difference in power. Baru was different from the other shadow soldiers. Not only intelligent, but also a killing machine. Jin-Woo could still feel his intense thirst for blood. He thought, if she's targeting a weakness, I just hope she doesn't make a mistake. Meanwhile, Baru said to Cha, "Creatures know whether they're predators or prey," and charged toward her, saying, "For prey to stand against a predator is unforgivable." He attacked, but she dodged at the last second. As he prepared to strike again, he noticed her gathering mana for a counterattack. She launched it at him and hit his shoulder, but his exoskeleton was so hard that her weapon shattered into pieces. But this had been part of her plan all along. She thought, this is my chance, and realized, I don't have enough mana, so I can only use this technique once, but it should be enough. Using her skill Blade of Light, she attacked Baru and managed to pierce through his solid exoskeleton. Jin-Woo felt danger. For a brief moment, he noticed something buried deep in Baru's mind rise to the surface. An order planted in him since birth by the queen. Eliminate all enemies. Baru muttered, "This woman is my enemy," and prepared to strike with killing intent. When Jin-Woo saw this, he ordered him to stop, but Baru didn't respond. Cha realized she had reached her end and closed her eyes. Then an explosion occurred. When she opened her eyes, she saw that Jin-Woo had saved her once again. Baru regained his senses and leapt back. Jin-Woo helped Cha stand up. Baru knelt down and begged Jin-Woo for forgiveness, but Jin-Woo was more focused on Cha and asked her, "Why were you trying so hard? You didn't need to risk your life just to join our guild. This is only an entrance test for a nameless guild. A hunter of your level shouldn't risk her life for something like this." Then he asked her again, "Why go this far? Are you interested in me or something?" Hearing those words, Cha was shocked and hesitated. Jin-Woo thought, maybe that's not the reason either. I can't figure out what's on her mind. While he was thinking, he heard her quiet voice say, maybe that really is the reason. The scene shifts to America, where Michael Connor and Miss Selner meet with David Brennan, director of the Federal Hunter Bureau. He asks about their meeting with Jin-Woo and why they failed to convince him to join the United States. Michael explains that Miss Selner sensed something unusual. Jin-Woo is one of the kings. Shocked, the director asks if they mean Jin-Woo has power equivalent to a national level hunter. To understand, we must go back to events not shown in the last episode. After Jin-Woo finished his conversation with Chairman Go and headed to his car, a man named Adam, an agent from the U.S. Hunters Association, approached him. He said the deputy director was amazed by Jin-Woo's abilities on Jeju Island and invited him to a meeting. Jin-Woo refused at first, but Adam piqued his interest by mentioning an awakened being able to enhance another awakened's abilities. Jin-Woo agreed and met the deputy director. Michael offered him immigration papers, which normally take 1 or 2 years to process, but would grant him instant U.S. citizenship due to his status. Jin-Woo declined, stating he came only for the enhancer. Michael then brought in Miss Selner, who explained that all awakened have limits that she can help them surpass through 3 stages. After completing the 3rd stage, they typically experience a power boost of 20% to 30%. Jin-Woo agreed to try the 1st stage, held her hand, and looked into her eyes. Michael claimed Jin-Woo fell into the trap, but when the 1st stage began, Selner saw complete darkness filled with terrifying eyes and screamed in fear. Michael then instructed Adam to escort Jin-Woo home. When asked what happened, Selner trembled and said, "Hunter Sung Jin-Woo is a king, a very powerful king. He has no limits." Back to the present, Selner explains what she saw. All awakened draw power from a place called the other side, and she can feel their connection. Sometimes the power is so strong that some hunters appear like flashes of bright light, those she calls kings. But in Jin-Woo's case, she sensed no connection at all. She paused and added, when she looked into his eyes, the darkness inside stared back. It was the darkness itself. The director asked if she meant Jin-Woo was evil. She shook her head and replied, no. She was explaining the source of his power. Jin-Woo doesn't draw strength through connection like others. He relies entirely on his own power. That's why the usual limits don't apply to him. Michael asks if she means there's no cap to Jin-Woo's strength and that he can keep growing. Selner nods. Yes, exactly. After hearing this, David Brennan gets up, thanks Selner for the information, and asks Michael to follow him to the basement. While descending in the elevator, Brennan tells Michael, if we can't use Miss Selner's abilities to attract him, we must find another way. Do you remember the first S-rank gate? Michael responds, of course, it was the most destructive dungeon break ever. It devastated the entire West Coast. Brennan explains that during that crisis, the US recruited the world's strongest hunters by offering massive rewards. Only 5 survived that raid, each granted power equal to a nation, earning them the title of national level hunters. Among them was Kamish, the dragon known for its unquenchable flames, a monster that single-handedly slaughtered hundreds of elite hunters. But there was a silver lining in that tragedy. When Michael asks if he means that, Brennan opens a door and tells him to see for himself. Michael is stunned to see a runestone recovered from Kamish's corpse. Brennan says 8 years have passed since the Kamish raid, and not a single mage-type national level hunter has appeared. So the stone has remained sealed in this cold vault, waiting for the right owner. But now, Kamish will once again offer a precious gift to this great nation. The scene shifts to Jin-Woo, who is standing under the shower, looking in the mirror, unable to believe that a girl told him she was interested in him. He thinks, since my reawakening, I've grown a little and my body has changed. But am I really that attractive? Is it because of the skills I gained, like will to survive, which heals my body from any damage? Is that why my skin is so clear? He goes to Gina's room and asks her, how would you rate my appearance? She replies, in what way? He says, in terms of attractiveness. She asks, where does your confidence come from? To me, you look like a hobo. Jin-Woo gets annoyed by her response and says, thanks for your biased opinion, and she starts kicking him. He tells her, keep this up and your leg will break. Did you forget who your big brother is? How did your empty brain even get into school? She responds by saying she's the top of her class. After that, Jin-Woo tells her he's planning to start a new guild. She asks, are you going to be the big boss now? While talking to her friend on the phone, she tells her what he said. Jin-Woo asks her, what do you think of the name Solo Play Guild? She says, why name it that? You summon shadow soldiers, so you're not really a solo player. Jin-Woo admits she has a point and asks her for a suggestion. She suggests the name Ahjin Guild, explaining that the character Ah means I and Jin means to move forward. He kinda likes the name. The scene shifts to Hunter Cha, who is in her room, tossing and turning nervously, recalling what happened today. She says, I told him I like him. He probably thinks I'm crazy, but he saved my life, so it's natural that I'm interested in him. But who am I kidding? The situation is completely abnormal. As she lies down, she starts thinking logically, honestly, I managed to survive thanks to the healing ability of Hunter Min Byung. But suddenly, she remembers something important. She remembers that when she was unconscious, she saw something in a vision. She saw a hand holding hers as she was sinking away. When she looked back, it was Hunter Byung who asked her to deliver an important message. Tell Hunter Sung Jin-Woo that he must be careful of the power within him. She suddenly remembers and sits up quickly, saying, I remember now. And I think we'll stop here for today. Thank you for watching.